Hello, this is Rimika, and I'm a student in CS61b. This is a video demonstrating what features my partner and I added for gold points on Project 3. Okay, let's get started. First, let's load a new game and enter in a seed. Okay, so here are some quick instructions for the user. Basically, there are two players which work together, not against each other, to win the game. And you can win the game by collecting all the flowers, but our game constructs several obstructions in doing so that are incorporated with the health dynamics of both of our players. So basically, the game ends if either of the players reaches zero health. So I'll go ahead and show you guys in more detail. So we see two players. Red one can be moved by keys WASD, and then the blue player can be moved by the keys YGHJ. Also, both players can be moved one at a time or simultaneously. So as stated earlier, the goal of the game is to collect all the flowers. So every other time that the player collects a flower, it will turn into a tree, and that will give it some special properties. So for example, as you can see, player 1 turned into a tree, and now it has immunity to sand, which is all the yellow blocks. And then we'll see once it hits the flower again, when it collects the second flower, it'll turn back into an avatar. Now let's see what happens when it hits a block of sand. So now the player hit the block of sand, and the block of sand exploded and surrounded the player by grass, which is bad, because if the player hits a block of grass, then it loses a health point. But we designed our game so that the player has to hit a block of grass 3 times in the direction that it wants to move in order to make a pathway for it to move again. So as you can see, the health went from 11 to 8, and now it hit another block of sand, so the health is decreasing more in order for it to make a pathway for it to collect the next flower. So another way for the player to lose its health is if it hits a wall. So I'll demonstrate that using the blue player at the bottom right. So first I'm just going to move it up. And now I'm going to keep hitting the wall. So its health went from 10 to 0. And now the game is over because one of the players lost all its health. And that pretty much sums up all the creative mechanics that we added to our game. But I'll also show a really speeded up demo of what would happen if neither player lost all their health, just to show how the game is won by collecting all the flowers.